you're often in your own particular wing within the school, and you're not considered on the team perhaps as the rest of the core curricular teachers. But for me, especially, I had very close relationships with the other music teachers that were in my school. So I had, an orchestra director as well as a choir director that were also with me, and building those core relationships and being able to not be. This is challenging dependent upon schools, but we often are fighting for each other's students as opposed to figuring out a way to come together. So we don't have that. Well, you took my student, and that sort of competition aspect between them. But that's much more collaborative. That to me is much healthier. And for not only the students, but also for me, and just to have that connection, that instead of this competition aspect that we're working together, that creates, I think, a community and a connection and a mentoring, kind of passing things off to one another aspect that I think is sometimes maybe underlooked, and it should be better than what it is. I think certainly networking within your district, which again comes down to how the schools set these things up, but being able to at least go across the grade levels and make sure that you're having regular connections there. Some districts and some states do that really well, other ones not much at all. That's another way to gain connection. And could we come into places where whatever organization, state organization, that's divided into districts and such, already pairs you up with a mentor? I mean, we do that at the collegiate level when it comes to tenure track, that you have a mentor teacher that's going to help you through that process. I don't know if we do that as well in districts, and it could be done. So you're automatically paired up. If you're a new teacher, you need to be paired up with somebody who knows what's going on, because as much as you might have done well in school, you're never going to be fully prepared for that first job and how much work it takes. So having somebody be able to help you with the little details that can get easily overlooked, I think is phenomenally important, and we can't stress that enough, that mentoring aspect. And there's many ways to go about it, but that definitely needs to be fostered better, without a question. I also think it's important to make sure that we're also connecting with the other teachers who don't just teach our subject areas, because we can learn from each other as well. And everything connects. There's nothing within a culture that's not interdependent upon one another. So let's bring our brains together and let's create some solutions so that we can connect about this subject material instead of siphoning it out to where they only learn math in this subject room and only learn English in this. But let's bring it all together and synthesize it more. I think we talk a lot about cross-curricular aspects, but I don't know if we're also so busy about our subject matter and what we have to do. But I'm not sure we connect as much to show our students that they're supposed to be connecting the dots here, and that learning about this subject is not just within these four walls.